Legendary Dallas Mavericks superstar and NBA champion Dirk Nowitzki has revolutionized how basketball is played today.
Dirk Nowitzki is the only main guy that was a stretch four guy that led his team to a championship.
But did you know his family has been instrumental in his love of the game and also a love of ice cream?
What?
Meet the surprisingly strange but also remarkably special family of Dirk Nowitzki. Born in the German municipality of Almatueda in 1943, Dirk's father, Jorg Werner Nowitzki, aka Jorg, aka J-Dub, was a skillful handball player and played on his hometown team. After moving to Würzburg, where Dirk was born, he continued to play, so his life always revolved around sports. Handball wasn't as popular, of course, so there wasn't any big leagues, so Jorg had to keep his day job too. He was a painting contractor and had his own business, which he took over from his father, Dirk's grandfather. Back in the day, running a painting business in Bavaria was different. Jorg would meet his future clients in a bar after his handball practices, negotiate a deal, and sign contracts with a handshake. He was able to provide for his family, and they lived a nice middle-class life. J-Dub also managed to play occasional tennis because his wife, Dirk's mother, loved it. And of course, they dragged Dirk with them everywhere they went. Dirk was always around his parents growing up. Pops was training all the time, so they basically lived in gyms and fields, tennis courts, running tracks, even at a small forest where Jorg would run. But they have also spent a lot of time at the clubhouse, and that's where Dirk's ice cream story began. Jorg would let him have anything he wanted. Drink lemonade, eat fries with mayonnaise, and lots of ice cream. Sports-wise though, Jorg was focused. He would become Dirk's first coach, as Dirk's first sport was handball at 8 years old. He taught Dirk the fundamentals of throwing the ball at the goal, off one leg. Is that where Dirk's one-legged fadeaway originates from? What do you think? Discuss it in the comments below. Jorg Werner would tell young Dirk about team sport specifics, the importance of leadership and team chemistry. On Sundays, they would watch handball games together. Dirk's father would drive him to tournaments and tennis games, and finally, when Dirk got irritated by tennis, J-Dub had set up a hoop in their backyard where Dirk had started his basketball journey, and of course, he never looked back. Fun fact about Jorg Werner Nowitzki that you wouldn't know until you interacted with him: he tells jokes and anecdotes all the time. Some say he wouldn't shut up and never worries about the consequences of what he says. Oh. Moving on to Dirk Nowitzki's mother, Helga Nowitzki, born Bredenbroker. Known as a closed book, a mystery, she doesn't enjoy talking to journalists, so she's never given a proper interview, and there have been no articles about her as she manages to stay away from the media, even staying in the background of most photos taken of her. Nevertheless, I did dig up some info so you can learn more about the mother of this legendary player. Born in 1943, Helga was a professional basketball player, and just like her husband Jorg, Dirk's father, she had to work a day job in addition to her sports hobby. So she was helping with the painting business, namely running its operations, accounting, and all that sort of stuff. She would also run Dirk's finances when he was in the league. Together with Jorg, they would play tennis, but Helga's real passion was basketball. She would reach a high level in her day, making the West Germany national team and even playing at the Eurobasket Women's in 1966. She did only average 0.2 points per game over the 5 games in the tournament, but still, representing her country was a significant achievement for her. When Helga was hooping with her hometown team, Dirk was sleeping behind the bench, just a couple months old, chilling in a baby carrier, listening to the sounds of the game. When Dirk grew up, he would always attend mother's games, pulling up shots at halftime with his sister. How fun is that? There were other kids too, and Helga would let them play around the facility in old equipment rooms everywhere. The kids would run around playing hide and seek, jumping on mats, and basically just going wild. When Dirk was around 10, his favorite day was Saturday because his mother was practicing, preparing, and playing on that day. Dirk spent all day in the gym with her, from noon to 11 p.m., pulling up shots when he could, drinking soda, eating ice cream, and generally having a great time. Helga Nowitzki loved her boy, and she always will, and she loves to watch him balling. When Dirk made the NBA, she would watch all of his games, not the live broadcast, but recorded in the morning German time. Guess where those tapes end up? Rumor has it Helga owns the largest Dirk Nowitzki game collection in the world. Wow, dedicated mother. Sports is real fun for Helga, and she projected it onto Dirk. She was a pro, yes, with no financial ambitions or Hall of Fame aspirations, of course, but still a pro. Similarly to Dirk's father, his mother just taught her kid that it's fun to do your best at something. As Dirk would tell The Athletic about his parents and how they brought him up, quote, "They gave me the touch. They were my first role models, and I'll always be thankful," end quote. Next up, we've got Dirk Nowitzki's sister, Silke Nowitzki.
My sister was always supportive, and so she always made sure I was part of the crew.
Silke is 4 years older than Dirk, and she was always a big influence on him growing up. They played all kinds of kids' games, hide and seek, jumping rope, racing each other, spending time with mom and dad at their training facilities, all of that jazz. Silke started practicing track and field first, tried hurdles and long jump, but eventually switched to basketball as she was growing quickly, and she just fell in love with the game her mom played. She was a gifted athlete and excelled in basketball, later joining the hometown team in Würzburg and being selected to Germany's women's national basketball team in 1995. Silke's passion for sports led her to pursue a career in the basketball industry later on, in fact. She landed a job for the NBA in 2001 working in the international television department in New York. Later on, she studied business economics in San Diego, California, and in 2006 she became Dirk's personal manager to help him on his professional journey. Today, Silke lives in Würzburg with her husband and children in the house Dirk has built in case he wanted to return to his hometown, in fact. That never happened though, as Dirk's wife and kids love Dallas so much and have put down roots there. More on that later, of course, but first let's talk about Dirk's cousins, as they also played a significant role in Dirk's life and his career. The Nowitzkis and the Grabos shared the same house. Dirk's family lived on the first floor and his cousins in the apartment below. So you can imagine Dirk would always be around not just his sister, but his cousins Bettina and Olga. Bettina was younger than Dirk, so he always tried to play between her and his sister, who was of course 4 years older. Their rooms featured the essentials of those good old days: pine beds, Sony stereos, tennis trophies, and posters of the all-time greats Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. You guessed it, Dirk's older cousin Olga was into basketball too. He practiced with the team, but when he was home, he played in the backyard with his friends as Dirk watched.
My other cousin, who was a year older than me, started to play, and he said, "Hey, why don't you just come up one practice?"
When some of Olga's friends wouldn't show up, he invited Dirk to play instead, and they constantly talked about the superstars: Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Olga knew them all, and Dirk would listen and fall in love with the game he would go on to dominate even more. Dirk Nowitzki's wife, Jessica Nowitzki, born Olsen, is a woman of many talents and interests. Born and raised in Sweden, Jessica is of Kenyan descent, which has had a big influence on her life and her relationship with Dirk. Her father is a Swede, but her mother is Kenyan. Jessica met Dirk at a charity event for the sports organization in Germany in 2010. The couple fell in love and decided to get married in 2012, but in a very unusual way. They celebrated their wedding in 3 different ways and locations. First, they held a traditional Kenyan ceremony with Jessica's parents in Kenya, then they had a celebration courtside in Dallas, and finally they celebrated it with friends and family in the Caribbean. Jessica is known for her love of cooking and food, which is why it comes as no surprise that she is also a big fan of traditional Swedish cuisine. We're hearing that old Dirk jokes about Jessica driving to Frisco, Texas to buy Swedish meatballs for Christmas and always getting her favorite creamed fish pate in tubes. She used to work at an art gallery, but now Jessica is the president of the Dirk Nowitzki Foundation, which helps underprivileged kids, focusing on their well-being, health, and education. And of course, Jessica is a loving wife and a great partner to Dirk by all accounts. She's always been supportive of his career, and she's always there to offer him guidance and advice. They continue to live happily in Dallas, Texas, with their 3 children: daughter Malika, born in 2013, their son Max, born in 2015, and their youngest son Morris, born in 2016. Now that's a lot of ice cream for them to eat. Be honest, who in Dirk's family do you think loves ice cream the most, just based off of sheer guesses? If you like Dirk's story, you're gonna love this book by Thomas Pletzinger called The Great Nowitzki: Basketball and the Meaning of Life. It has inspired me to do this video, so I just gotta give credit where it's due. Oh, and make sure to check out the story of Tim Duncan's unknown family. It's even more mysterious and unexpected than you could imagine. If you've already watched that, then jump on to another video above curated just for you.